Hey everyone, today we're going to get into Adobe Premiere, and I'm just going to do a real simple tutorial on showing you how to do a real simple project transitioning between two video files and adding some sound. This should just get you started with Premiere. For those of you who just like to jump right in and get started and without having to get too technical. If you have something that you want to do really quick, Premiere is really good for that. Or if you have a real complex a video project that you need to get done, Premiere is great for that also. So first thing you do is open up Premiere, and it's going to ask you what do you want to do. If you want to open a project or you want to create a new project, I want to say new project, and it asks you for a destination for your project files. This is where it stores all the preview files and the running files for this project, and you just choose that project file here, or project folder here, this folder. So wherever that folder would be on your computer, that's where you would tell it to go. And then you want to name your project file. I'm just going to call this a sample. Okay. And the next thing it's going to want to know is what format and what resolution do you want your project to be in. It has some presets for you. It has a lot of presets for you, and this usually works for just standard stuff, 720 by 480 video that can be seen on regular size TV screens, computer screens, etc. But if you want to get more hands-on, and if you have a specialized resolution that you're trying to achieve, you can go to General, and you can actually choose that here. You can actually set your own presets for whatever. Editing mode, you change this. I usually, if I want to change and have my own specialized resolution, I can choose desktop, and it opens up these frame size fields where you can go in and change your resolution size. So if you're trying to keep within a certain resolution, that's where you would change that here. You can also change your audio sample rate, and so on. But I'm just going to keep this at 720 by 480, and mine's spanning two screens, so I'm going to pull this over. As you can see, when you open up Premiere, it looks kind of daunting at first, but once you get into it and find out where everything is, it's pretty easy to figure out. Here's your preview window. This is going to show you the preview of what's happening in the timeline. Your timeline here holds all your video and audio clips, holds all your transitions, effects, all those kinds of things. And then your effects are listed here. Your audio controls and mixers are listed here. And this is where you go to load in your files in the project tab. And this sequence file is actually what's holding all your content. So I'm going to go in and right click in this empty area here. I'm going to go in and import, and then I'm going to go browse to where my videos are. Alright, and you can see that it opens up a long list of different types of video files. You have a lot of video types and image and sound types that you can choose from here. I'm also going to go here and load in my sound. So now I've got all my content here in my project window, and you'll notice in your timeline you've got 3 tracks that are dedicated to video, and then you have these 4 tracks that are dedicated to audio. So I'm going to just drag my video down into my video slots. You can see it appears here in the preview, and I'm going to drag this other one into another video slot right above it, and you can see the video comes in on one track and the audio comes in on separate track. So you have the option of actually deleting the audio from this video, or even just muting it from the video. Or you can overlay it. You can do a lot of different effects to it. But we're going to bring in our own audio here. So I'm just going to drag this down into audio 1 track. So now I can scrub through this. And you can see as I scrub through that it's playing in the preview window here. If I want to zoom in on this, where I can edit it a little easier, I can do that with this little slider here. See here at the bottom. If I want to change the size of this sound clip to fit both of my videos, and grab it here at the very end and let it snap to the very end of that video. And now I can zoom in. Okay, so I want to make a transition between, move this over, I want to make a transition between this video and this video. And you can see videos are read in layers. Whatever's on top layer is read over the bottom layer. So as soon as it gets to this video that's on the top, it switches over to that. So it's going to see all your content from the top down. So it also sees this audio before it sees this audio. So just keep that in mind, that all your content is read from the top down whenever you're working in this timeline. Alright, so when I get to my video here, I'm going to choose it just by clicking on it. And when I do that, I get a little keyframe button that pops up here. Whenever I select that video, I get a little dot that pops up here in my track. I want to create a keyframe on that first part of the video, and I want to create another one here on this part where I can fade those two in. These keyframes actually control the opacity of this video. So I click there once and it creates a keyframe there. You can see you notice that whenever I get over that keyframe, I get a little keyframe symbol that pops up on my cursor, on my pointer. And I'm going to scrub to this part here where my other video ends, and I'm going to add another keyframe there. Now you can see I get a keyframe. Now I'm going to zoom in on this so you can kind of see what's happening here. What I want to do is pull this keyframe down just by clicking and dragging it down, which means that now at this point this video is transparent, and it slowly starts becoming opaque until it's fully opaque here at this keyframe. And that's how you do a transition. You can scrub through and see how that works. If that transition is a little too long, you can just drag that keyframe over. This doesn't matter here because this isn't going to be seen anyways. You can see now that transition is a little more, happens a little faster. Alright. Also, this also works for sound. If you wanted to fade in sound, say if I wanted to fade this video in at the beginning, I can create a keyframe there on the video and another keyframe here, and just drag that first keyframe down. So now when I come in, it gets a nice fade in. And you can do the same there at the end. Select the video, create a keyframe, and then another keyframe here to fade out. Alright, and also I'll show you how to fade the sound out. We'll do the same with the sound. Once you select that sound, you get the same keyframe. Go to the very end, keyframe again, pull that keyframe down, And there you go. Alright, so we've got our video the way we want it. And we're ready to export it out. So I'm going to go to File, Export, Media, and it's going to ask me where I want to put it. You know, it gives me some more options here of naming it. I can change the name here. Right now it's going to send it out as an MP4, but I can change all of that here. I can change what type of file I want to output it to. I've got all different types of output files here. It shows me the resolution, the the quality. You have a lot of control over all the different parts of how it's going to output this video. You even have some audio controls, but for what it is, I'm just going to say export, and it's going to run through this encoding where it runs through and actually renders the project and puts in all the transitions and all the fades and any effects or video effects or sound effects that we have added to this video, and it works all that in and then spits out a final product. And there we go. So now I have this file I just created, sequence 04, and it's as simple as that. Now, of course, you know, the video doesn't fit what resolution I have. This was just for sample purposes, but if I wanted to have this video fit exactly without having a black border, then I find out what size my video is, and you can do that by right-clicking on your video here and go into Properties. You can see my video size is 480 by 352. So at the beginning, whenever I created my project file, I would just set the resolution to this size, and then everything would be nice and tight, and I wouldn't have any black borders. So I hope this helps, and come back and we'll have some more Adobe Premiere videos for you, and hope you enjoyed it.